Kempire is brought to you by Happy 2025. It's a new year and it's a new era for the Kempire podcast. Make sure you subscribe today and make sure that you give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. And shout out to those of you that have left glowing reviews and maybe not so glowing reviews. That's okay too. Thank you so much for the support and sharing our new podcast and everything that's to come. We don't just recap all the things that you've seen already on our YouTube channel. You also get special exclusive episodes and sometimes additional thoughts to the live recaps that we had on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe today and make sure you give us a 5-star review. Thank you in advance. You're listening to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio Network. Welcome back to the Kempire channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. It is about that time again. Valentine's Day is right around the corner. So, of course, we have gotten our partnership back with our friends over at Rose Forever. But they don't just have roses now. They have all kinds of flowers and even candles. So if you've been looking for something for Valentine's Day, or if you've had your eye on a Valentine's Day something, this is your perfect opportunity. Of course, we've gotten you also a gift code that is Kempire20 for $20 off. Valentine's Day, look, some of you don't have a Valentine, okay? I won't say a partner. Some of you have a partner and they still aren't your Valentine. But sometimes you buy something for yourself. Look, I've had this set of roses, I don't know how long at this particular point. It was before I moved in here. So that's 6 months ago. So, and they still have some flowery smell to it. Gorgeous. But they have a little something for everyone. So even if you want to get a Valentine for your kid, they have little roses sets as well. But again, if your partner's watching this with you, or if your partner's listening to this and they hear this and they see your ears perk up, or they weren't thinking about, what am I going to get my woman for Valentine's Day, or my man, no judgments, for Valentine's Day? Well, this is your opportunity. Go to the Kempire YouTube channel, check out the description, use the discount code Kempire20 for $20 off, and your wife or girlfriend, boyfriend, or whatever will love you for forever. Okay? And especially when they get mad at you and they look across and they're like, oh, but they did get me that roses that are still blooming. Not sure how they do that, but it works. Look how long. Look, and then if you look behind me, for those that are watching on YouTube and Facebook, I have the pink ones too. They don't just have heart shapes. They have circular shapes. They have the box sets. They have all kinds of things. Head on over to the description for more details on our friends over at roseforever.com. Roses that will last you at least a year. And as you can see, probably longer. Make sure you head on over to the description and use the discount code Kempire20 for $20 off your order. Valentine's Day literally is a couple of weeks away. Don't waste any more time. Okay? Damn, Miranda. Miranda says, Valentine's Day's coming. Where's your boyfriend? Woo, woo, woo. Nashville says, let me find a man, Kempire. Well, you know what? The best way to find a man is to treat yourself like you already have a man. So why not buy something beautiful for yourself that you can look at and be like, you know what? I love me. Okay, let's not be Kiarna. Damn. Love thyself first, and you'll find someone that loves you at that same level. Just saying. Woo, woo, woo. Okay. Just saying. Anyways, guys, welcome back to the Kempire channel here on YouTube. We're also streaming on Facebook, The Kempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook. We're also streaming on Twitch and Twitter, and we're streaming behind the scenes here on TikTok. This is our Married to Medicine recap. We do this every single week. This week's episode, interesting. And it's so interesting when we talk about Real Housewives of Potomac and the Mean Girls there. And then you would not expect Mean Girls here with these, professionals. But Mean Girls exist in every shape and form, color, creed, everything. But dare I say I'm going to defend Phaedra. Look. Dare I say this? Because I have to call a thing. But we'll get there. Okay? Let's not get there just yet. So the very first scene that we see with Married to Medicine is with Toya at home with her boys. Sidebar. They did not talk about this during the season. They probably won't talk about it. Maybe at the reunion. No, definitely at the reunion. Congratulations to Toya. Toya bought her third home. Wait, I don't even know what. Look, I don't even know what to press for this.
Bling, bling, bling. Bitches is mad.
Toya's third home. Hold on. Wasn't Toya building a home? The last we heard? She moved into this rental because she was building a home? So maybe this is the same home? Asking questions. So she's got her third home. As you know, the last couple of seasons, they've really not focused on Toya moving every which aware. We thought it's because she was focused on building her home. Maybe she did. And they were just signing off the papers. Okay. So congratulations, Toya. Anyway, so Toya in the first scene is with her boys. And you know we love a scene with Toya and her boys because they're always going to say the things. I think they take after their mother in that way. And as you know, Dr. Eugene, he grew up in a very different way. And even Toya's just like, yeah, we didn't talk like this with my parents. Nasser says, I can't keep track. So Ashton was the breakout star from last week's episode where he was dragging his mom. He's like, that bag is ugly. He was like, she's made the bag her entire personality. Foxy says, is Toya a doctor? Foxy, you don't watch this show, do you? No. DB says, Ashton is my son. He probably won't have a girlfriend until college, maybe. Well, I don't know if Ashton doesn't have a girlfriend. Ashton might be just low-key and does not want to share this with his mom. Because you see how open she is about wanting to talk about it. Dr. Eugene comes into the house. He kisses her. She's like, no, you need to kiss me again. I want you to grab a little bit of my booty. In front of her boys, she's saying this. But she's like, I'm trying to teach them the kind of relationship that they want. Maybe. Okay. So the other son was like, yeah, I've had like 3 girlfriends this year. Okay. But they don't want the boys focused on just dating and things like that. They're also not allowed to touch these girls. Okay. All right, fine. But cute scene. I enjoy seeing them at home. They're actually a funny family, seeing the parents interact with their children. They're interesting relationships. It's also a dynamic, and I said this about Aries women before, because Toya is an Aries woman. I feel like this would be very typical of an Aries mom. Like, they're not going to be your traditional moms, which is probably really cool to grow up with someone like that. Especially for those of us that grew up with very traditional parents. Okay. Moving on. Okay. So we had that scene, and then Dr. Jackie invited Dr. Heavenly over to her home to give her some good news. So they're in the backyard. I don't care about it. No, this is good news, but I was so distracted by Dr. Jackie's backyard. Like, we know Dr. Jackie's home is big. However, when you see it from behind, that's what he said. But when you see it from behind, you're like, that's a huge home, and that was a huge yard. I was like, okay, Dr. Jackie. Like, wait, I gotta play the other one.
Bling, bling, bling. Bitches is mad.
Okay. Daniel says, I'm definitely not a traditional mom, Aries. Winter says, yep, Aries mother here. Ateka says, not my Aries mom. Well, not everything is going to be true. I would have to ask your mom, what is her rising and her moon? Okay. But also, if you ask the children of an Aries mom, they'll be like, I don't know what you're talking about. Because that's what they're used to. This is all that they know. DB says, nice back. Her backyard, her home, gorgeous. I love Dr. Jackie's home. I loved it since she did the renovations. I just did not realize how huge that backyard was. And she has really good taste. It's like my taste. Masculine taste. No, I like it. Nellie says that Dr. Jackie's house was like a mansion. You couldn't tell from the front. Like, the front's beautiful. But when you see from behind, you're like, And then you see the backyard, the pool. They had a little pond, not a pond. What do you call that? It's like a little whirlpool or something like that. Gorgeous, gorgeous home. I was so distracted by that, I couldn't even get into her good news about going to the White House. Mind you, in Real Housewives of Potomac, we're talking about Dr. Wendy going to the White House. Now on Married to Medicine, we're talking about the doctors going to the White House. So, she's Jamaican? Oh, in regards to Aries' mom. So cultural versus the astrological are battling, okay? She probably still was not a very traditional Aries mom. I'm willing to bet money. I'm willing to bet money on that one, okay? Okay. Mia says understated taste. In regards to Dr. Jackie, it's very minimalistic, her style. Even in her backyard, it's very minimalistic. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, excuse me. Let me take a sip from my coldest water bottle. Okay. Anyways, so Dr. Jackie lets Dr. Heavenly know that she has amazing news and she gets to invite one person to go with her. So she's like, I should invite a doctor. And she's like, an OBGYN made the most sense. So Heavenly rips her to shreds in her confessional. Mind you, she's filming this after she's already informed. They know the assignment, okay? But she's like, I was there for you. I helped you with your the Met Gala. And then Dr. Jackie says, well, you're going to be able to go too. So Heavenly is happy that they're going to have the opportunity, the Golden Girls are going to have the opportunity to go to the White House to meet with former Vice President, oh damn. Woo, woo, woo. Former Vice President Kamala Harris. Damn. Okay. Shonda says, isn't that the home she renovated? Yes. I love to see a home renovation. I kind of wish that we could have seen that home renovation. I know we got to see a part of it, but when you're dealing with a show like this, you don't get to see the full, HGTV version of the renovation. I would have loved to see like a full renovation. Hey, Allison. Allison says, hi from Dubai. Hey, Allison. Okay. Deborah says, I'm not a Dr. Jackie fan. She's definitely a mean girl. Okay. Doreen says, her house blew me away. Yeah, it's nice. Hey, Danny. Danny says, Danny, it's late where you are, right? It's like 10 o'clock at night? Oh, it's not that late. Danny says that she did say that she's a minimalist when she went to Phaedra's house for the first time. You can tell, based on her taste. I aim to be a minimalist. I try, but not quite. What's Dr. Jackie's astrological sign? Is she a Leo? I don't remember now. Anyways, so Dr. Jackie gives Dr. Heavenly the good news about her going there. She does say that she's worried about Heavenly's behavior. And then they flash back to Heavenly during the last group trip. Heavenly knows how to behave. Heavenly does a lot of her antics, and she amplifies a lot of her antics for reality television. I know Dr. Jackie's being facetious. Dr. Heavenly knows when to turn it on and when to turn it off. Like a lot of us do, though. Especially in these spaces at work and professional environments. We know how to code switch. So she will be code switching. Jackie is a Leo. That's what I thought. Danielle says, I aim to be a minimalist, too. Okay. Mr. Miller Manager says, Dr. Jackie probably a Taurus. No, she definitely will give Taurus vibes. Okay. Tradinia says she is a mean girl. Ooh, y'all coming for Dr. Jackie's neck already? Calm down for a second. Okay. All right. So nothing to see here. Those first two scenes, I was sort of like, all right, we'll talk about it. Fine. Thank you, Dee Dee. Dee Dee says Dr. Jackie is a Leo. But they also have her birthday wrong on social media, don't they? Damn. Tears of Joy says it's giving elitist. Nasser says Dr. Heavenly has home training. She just decides when and where she wants to use it. I'm adding to Nasser's comment. Okay. Let's go to the next scene. What happened next? So Phaedra goes on a date with this guy named Shake. Okay. This is the guy that she met during Sweet Tea's dating event. And I told you we got the tea when Dr. Jackie isn't 70. Why do you have Ashley from Love is Blind as your thumbnail? I would have thought that was you. Is that you? No, that's Ashley from Love is Blind, who's now getting a divorce. Anyways, let me focus. So, Phaedra goes on this date with Shake. Here's the thing. As I watched this date, I'm going to put in quotes, I didn't believe it. The more that they spoke, the more that Phaedra tried to make it seem like she was really interested in Shake, I was like, she's not interested in this man. It's like she doesn't realize that we know if she was really interested in someone, we would be able to tell. Phaedra's been so different and so creepy about hiding her personal life for whatever reason, but wants to do reality television about her life. Okay. Oh, Wen says, because I'm going through a divorce. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. But as she's talking to this guy and pretending like she's really interested in him, I was just like, and then when he tells her that he knows Apollo and Apollo's wife very well, and she's like, I appreciate him being so open and honest, because when you're dating, you need to be open and honest. I was like, she is putting on. This is not a real relationship. This is not a guy. She might date him and play around with him, but she's not going to take this man seriously. And as I watched, I was like, okay, Phaedra, I even found it suspect when Phaedra was sort of like all about going on a date with this man. And then we saw a preview of the Key West trip that he was there. I was like, Phaedra knew she needed a man this season, so she hired a man and got him. Or production hired a man and got him. Winter says that she has more chemistry with Apollo when Apollo picks up the kids. Right, because remember when we talked about when Apollo did a scene a couple of episodes ago, and I said they had awkward energy as if there was still something there. So I'm not fooled, and I know I say this every single time, and some of you might be like, Kempire, do you believe anything on reality television anymore? No. No. Queen Day says the date felt staged. And for me, it wasn't just because Shake wasn't a good actor. It was more so Phaedra being so open and honest, in quotes, about her interest in Shake and trying to be like, oh, yes, yeah. And when Shake said, I believe Shake when he says, I didn't know you were an attorney. No one else does either. Woo, woo, woo. No one believes that she's an attorney because she does not carry herself in that way. And I'm not talking from the hairs and the wit. It's just everything else leads before her being an attorney. Mind you, that was her first claim to fame, what we first got to know her by. Well, she says, I'm also a funeral director, a mortician, but I'm also a lawyer. Shake was just like, I did not know. Oh. So he also said Shake knows Apollo for whatever reason. I don't know how he knows Apollo. I would have gotten more into that. How do you know Apollo? Did you guys meet each other? Wait. That would have been my first question. Just to clarify, this is a new guy. You notice how she didn't say that, though. How do you guys know each other? Good point. Winter says, correction, an attorney who accepts cash in the parking lot on camera. Daniel says Bobby Brown's attorney for one case. And Sheree Whitfield's attorney for one incident, one court appearance, because I don't think she assisted her throughout that case. And lost. Anyways, win a case. No, I'm playing. Am I? Am I playing? Angel says, does Phaedra still have her law license? She actually does. She probably keeps it up. She does what she's supposed to do in order to keep it current. She does have office space as well for her law firm. And the other day, what was it, last year? Remember she represented that, what was it, rapper? And then he went on social media, we won a case. And we all said, oh, damn, Phaedra won a case, finally. So she's still actively an attorney, still representing people. I didn't fall for this date. I don't believe it. And I'm not one to run and believe that these women are hiring men to be their boyfriends on these reality TV spaces. But I think production probably told Phaedra that she needed to have something, because last year she promised them that she was going to be married to medicine, and she didn't. So this season, it feels like she had an obligation. What is she going to give us? What is she going to give us on Real Housewives of Atlanta? When says that parking lot scene was iconic when Phaedra received cash. Yeah. Yes. Thank you, All Things Reality. It was Chaotic from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I knew it was a reality star. Isn't he a rapper too? Chaotic? Anyways. So Phaedra had that date. Apparently Shake also knows Apollo and his wife. Phaedra says it doesn't bother her. In real life, see, that's what really gave it up for me. The fact that she was like, she didn't care that Shake knew Apollo and the wife. Because knowing Phaedra, she wouldn't want any connection to Apollo and anyone that would be friends with Apollo. She would have been better off dating someone that we completely did not know was, I don't know what Shake does for a living. I forgot. Didn't they mention it on last week's episode? What did he do for a living? And if it's not anything substantial, she's not taking this man serious. Let's be honest. Which says that corny little date. You don't have to do him like that. Okay. K-Maid says earlier, I think Quad's been wanting to get something started between King and Dr. G since the charity event. Remember I said that last week? I thought her questioning of King when they were getting ready about her asking, are you going to say something to my ex? And I was like, that's a weird question. Why would he say something to your ex? Unless Dr. Gregory had done something, and maybe he did and it wasn't shown. But I thought it was a weird question. So I wasn't surprised, even in this episode, we see her bringing up that her ex is going to be there, almost like forewarning him. So I'm not surprised. You saw the preview. We can continue to talk about this because we're going to see it next week. When King goes after Dr. Gregory and Dr. Gregory's running away. Oh my God. I was like, oh my God, what is this?
What is this, honey?
I was like, what? What is going on? Why is he? I played it over and over again before this live. That was partially why I was running behind. I was like, wait, is that Dr. Gregory running from King? But I do feel like as if Quad has been putting salt in the situation. Some people still do not believe that King and Quad are a real thing. Sidebar, I saw Quad on Watch What Happens Live last night. I think Quad is not a bad person to host something. I don't want her to host a reunion because she's biased, because she's a part of this group. But I can see her doing well hosting something. A lot of you like to claim some of these other reality TV stars need to host stuff, and I don't think that they have the ability to do so. I will say, I do feel like after watching Quad, and I've seen her, we've seen her do it, what was it, not this last reunion, but the reunion before last, where she was asking questions better than Andy Cohen. And I was like, I could see Quad being a host somewhere or a part of a group like Sister Circle like she did before. Nicole, thank you so much for the super chat. Speaking of Watch What Happens Live, King was also there at Watch What Happens Live. When they were talking about babies, she brought up, they were asking about babies, and she was like, yeah, we're talking about it. I do hope for Quad that this is real. This is a real relationship. But I do believe Quad came in the season giving us everything that she knows that she needed to secure her spot on Married to Medicine. A man, getting along with the women, getting activated. She did everything that she was supposed to do. Nicole, thank you so much for the super chat. Nicole says, Phaedra went after Kenya for years for, quote, renting boyfriends and Africans. But looky, what Southern Biscuit is doing. She learned from the best. Ms. Esquire, thank you so much for another super chat. Ms. Esquire says, I know Dr. G was missing that Mini Cooper now. The way he was running, I was like, what is going on? You got all this mouth. A lot of these reality TV personalities have mouth because they know security is there. So they'll talk all this stuff. And then when a person really checks you, not realizing security wasn't fast enough. But I do believe Quad was egging a situation to happen on. I don't know why, but here we are. Anyways, so Phaedra has that date. Jackie, Simone, and Dr. Jackie, Dr. Simone, and Dr. Heavenly go to the White House. We get to see that entire process. Jackie is warning Heavenly again, the do's and don'ts. Don't be trying to get people's phone number there. Okay. Don't bring, too many bags. Then we get to see Chrissy Teigen have a conversation with Vice President Kamala Harris. Why? Why Chrissy Teigen? Chrissy Teigen, who has been called out for being a social media bully. This is who they decided. And we can forgive, we can forget. But of all the people that you could have gotten to be the person hosting a conversation with the vice president at the time of the United States, the first black woman, you chose Chrissy Teigen. But maybe there's a reason. Maybe she was connected in some shape or form to the charity that they were working for. Okay? Maybe. But there are a lot of people that they could have chosen. I just was like, Chrissy Teigen, who's been mean to other women on social media? Okay. It stood out to me. I'm not saying that she can't do it, but I just thought that was interesting. I was like, of all the people to choose, Chrissy Teigen. Okay. Fine. Okay. Chiquita says, I would have preferred Dr. Wendy. Doreen says she lost a child a long time ago. Understandable. But like I said, there are so many other people, very much like her, that could have been in that position. Okay. All right. Back to what I was saying. So I that was one of the things that stood out to me when I was like, that was a choice, but fine. See, Didi says, I thought that was odd too. Isha says, what, Kemp? I love her. Look, you can love Chrissy Teigen, but the facts are that she was a social media bully on social media. Just saying. I haven't forgotten that. I'm not saying that we can't forgive her for it. I just think that's a choice, especially at that level. I'm like, oh, they didn't do their due diligence. Okay. But fine. Angelique says, why do they keep trying to force Chrissy Teigen on us? Like everywhere. Are they? All right, fine. See, look, even Nash says anybody else would have been more suitable. And look, we feel for Chrissy Teigen losing a child, but she's not the only person first of all, she's not the only person that could moderate a conversation on this with the Vice President of the United States. But she's also not the only person that could have moderated this conversation that has lost a child as well. I feel for her, but at the same time, she's not the only one. And I feel like being a bully that she's been not even accused of has been in plain sight. I don't think that was the smartest choice. Especially when they are, in order to get to the White House, they do check all of that stuff. So the fact that they still decided to move forward with that, I was like, that's interesting. That's a choice. It's a choice. I saw it and I said, let me talk about it. I was like, that's a choice. But okay. Okay. Oh, look, see? Kari says, I haven't seen it for Chrissy since she attacked the young black actress who played Annie. But okay, moving on. Look, we'll move on. The White House did what they did, okay? All right, but I did think, I wanted to point that out, but I also loved the conversation that was being had. This led to Dr. Simone, Dr. Heavenly, and Dr. Jackie talking about the issues within our healthcare system, the issues within our political systems, Roe versus Wade being repealed. I appreciated this scene in this conversation that led for this platform. All right. Exactly. Nash says, we've seen Chrissy's shortcomings live live on social media, not allegedly, just facts. And this might be the reason. DGF says John Legend has been a huge supporter of the DNC. Okay? And that's all. Look, are we going to get political for a second? Look, and that is what some people have said about the Democratic Party. They rely too heavy on known faces and who people know in order to broadcast these issues. Just saying. But anyways, damn, tears of joy. Come on now. Not an iconic bully, but a bully nonetheless. Really? Okay. Okay. SD Mac, thank you so much for the super chat. SD Mac says, Dr. Greg's eggs on sweet tea. Chrissy almost died during childbirth. Okay. SD Mac says that Wendy Williams was a bully too, and she still gets love. Everyone gets second chances. That is true. However, I think that's still a choice. You also saw that Wendy Williams did not get a lot of opportunities because of her behavior on social media and behavior on her platforms. There were a lot of things that she was not asked to do because of the stances that she took in her work. So I found it to be very interesting, but I think we solved the case because of John Legend's involvement in the DNC. Just saying. And look, we live in America so far, so that we can voice our opinions. I still stand on it was a choice. Okay. Jen says Wendy Williams wasn't on Twitter fighting with people. Regardless, people have their feelings about Wendy, but I'm telling you, there were a lot of opportunities that Wendy did not get because of the things that she said on her talk show, her radio show. You didn't see Wendy invited to the White House to moderate a conversation. Kari said, come on, don't get Kari started. Keep Wendy out of this. The blasphemy. Wendy Williams also brought her own tea to Hot Topics. Okay, can we move on? I shouldn't have brought up the Chrissy of it. No, I'm going to bring up whatever I want to bring up. See, Ms. Esquire says, always found it sus that Democratic leaders felt comfortable going to the Breakfast Club and not Wendy. There's a lot of stuff that happens, not just in politics and, not just in entertainment, that it's all about who you know, who's being bought, who's being paid. Just saying. So, like I said, for me, it stood out as a choice. I understand that Chrissy lost a child, but like I said before, there are plenty of other moderators that have been in similar positions that probably could have told their own stories that would have been a better fit, in my opinion, for that position. But, it is what it is. Deborah says, I live in California. I may be a part of Canada soon. All right, let's focus. Let's move on. Okay. So that was regardless, I found that scene of the doctors being at the White House talking about some of the things that are happening within America when it comes to healthcare, when it comes to women of color, when it comes to Black women, when it comes to childbirth. All of those things are really, really, really important. And hearing Dr. Simone talk about these multiple examples where the right to choose would have been amazing. And now that doctors have to figure out how do I help my patient versus go against the law, the law of the land right now. So I appreciate that conversation that they had in this moment. All right, so we have the first part of Married to Medicine be this, and then the second part is the women getting ready for their trip to Key West. I went to Key West years ago. It was on a cruise. It was my first cruise. I liked Key West. Key West was cute. I would go back if I had nothing else to do. No, Key West was cute. But I did see that Dr. Heavenly did an interview with, oh my goodness, C. Diggs, right? And she had explained why they don't do like the big trips like Japan and things like that. And it's because they're all doctors, they're all professionals, so they can never really be away from their practices for too long. Figure it out. You guys have been on TV for 10 years. Y'all can start figuring that out from now. Figure it out when it comes to your schedules. Work it out. Y'all make too much coin in order to not be doing bigger trips. Just saying. Move on. Doreen says, love Key West. Yeah, Key West is cute. Tina says, yes, Key West is nice. Mr. Mellon, stop starting trouble. Buffy, you can relate. Your infertile lives rent-free in my head. I'm sure it lives rent-free in Buffy's head, too. But y'all want to continue to make Buffy the villain. Just saying. Yes, thank you so much, DGF Chris. C Diggy. All right. Moving on. Chris from Florida says, "Hey, January 24th passed. If you're coming to where, huh? I already did DC. Okay." All right. For those that missed it, I did talk a little bit about my DC live show in Washington D.C. at the Union Stage. We also had a special guest as well, so be sure to check that out. Let me see. SD Mac, thank you for the super chat. SD says, Fame and My Bet grants access. I don't understand that last part. Miss Esquire, thank you so much for the super chat. Miss Esquire says, Dr. Jackie needed to sit that conversation out. Respectfully, she lost credibility on the Black maternal health conversation for me when she said about what she said about Buffy and about Black women faking symptoms. Yeah. Because here's the thing. Like, I also don't want us to, these moments, emphasis on moments, where Dr. Jackie has been very inappropriate and derogatory. I was sort of like, she's also done a lot of good work. And I don't think all of her good work should outshine, should not be, should be outshined by some of those moments. We should still hold her accountable for those moments, but I'm sure she's done a lot of great work in the field. Okay. But I do feel as if this season, production and Jackie are trying to make up for what happened last season. Okay. SW says, agree, Jackie lost some points for me. And that's the thing. Like, losing points, I understand. But completely negating her career as a physician, I don't want to do that either. But okay. All right. Moving on. Sweet Tea and Greg. Wait, hold on. Before we get to that. So the group gets ready for their Key West trip. So we see them packing. Dr. Contessa says that she's not worried about Dr. Heavenly on this trip. Dr. Contessa, I'm looking at you sideways. And this is why I can't be 100% on your side when it comes to your issues with Dr. Heavenly, because you seem to have no issue with Heavenly depending on the moment. When you're trying to create a moment, then it seems like you have an issue. You literally yelled and almost wanted to get physical with Dr. Heavenly. And she talked about your mama. But when you see her, you're joking with her. When you see her, you're pretending to throw her to the ground. You couldn't be that mad. If your issue was that deep with Heavenly and Heavenly talking about your relationship with Dr. Scott. There is no shape or form. I could be cordial with you. There's one thing to be cordial with someone, but to be joking, I'm going to throw you down to the ground and I'm going to kiss you on your forehead. There ain't no way. So that says to me, your issues with Heavenly are not real issues. Your issues with Heavenly are just for the show. Just saying, but I'll get back to that. I was joking about Key West. Key West, don't kill me. I'm gonna come and see y'all. Exactly. Beautiful says, square up. Oh, just saying. Look, let me not say just saying too much, because then some people gonna have a problem with that too. You. Anyways, okay. So, Dr. Contessa says she's not worried about Dr. Heavenly. Heavenly is talking with her, Dr. Damon. She's packing, and she says she invited Apollo on the trip. But then we see her call Phaedra to tell Phaedra, she's thinking about inviting Apollo. So did you invite Apollo or did you not invite Apollo before asking Phaedra if it was okay to invite Apollo? Because remember, the rumor on the street was that she invited Apollo and blindsided Phaedra. only for us to see that that's not what happened. Again, we never know with reality television when they are filming things. I don't know if this was filmed out of sequence, but all we know, Dr. Heavenly could be just setting up a scene of her packing, and this was after the trip. Because that was the word on the street that she was blindsided. I know after it happened, Dr. Heavenly said that that's not what exactly played out. Okay? I'm sorry, y'all. SD Mac, thank you so much. Fame and money, thank you. Get you access, yes. And that's exactly what, we were talking about the Chrissy Teigen being a part of that segment at the White House. Yeah, without a doubt. And as someone else mentioned, John Legend has been very vocal for the Democratic Party. But anyways, moving on. So Heavenly does call Phaedra and lets her know that she would like to invite Apollo because she feels as if Apollo is going to add a different perspective because they are divorced and Quad and Dr. Gregory are divorced. Here's the difference between Apollo and Phaedra's situation. They have children. They have to co-parent. Quad and Dr. Gregory don't have children. They don't need to be around each other, but both want to be on this reality show. So are we the children? Are we the kids in this situation? Because Apollo and Phaedra have to figure out a way to get along after divorce. Dr. Gregory and Quad don't have to. They don't have to. But if we're the children, I understand. I feel like we're being tugged. I'm going with Quad. Woo, woo, woo. I'm going with Mommy Quad. I don't want to go with him. I don't want to go with him, Mommy. I don't want to go with him. He's weird. He's weird, Mommy. No, she's weird too. No. Just saying. Okay. Oh, I'm just saying. We're the kids. Because Heavenly's logic doesn't make sense to me. Okay. But now it makes more sense. We are the children. Who's going with Quad? Quad's got better food and a better house. And she got a pool in the back. We are the kids. Quad's got the pool. She can cook. I'm going with Mama Quad. Quad! Oh my God, I'm hot. Woo! Okay, serious. Let's get serious. Who's going with Quad? I don't care if Quad's gonna give me a soliloquy. I just ignore. I put my headphones on and pull up my laptop, okay, or my iPad. I'll be like, Mama Quad, when's dinner ready? I ain't going with Dr. Gregory. And when it comes time for his visitation, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. You gotta go. No, I don't want to go. Damn, Paul, you ain't right. He still got to pay he still got to pay child support. Paul says Dr. Gregory has a stable career though. He still got to pay child support. Drusilla says you got me crying. I'm going with Mama Quad. Come on. I'm just saying. He still got to pay child support. We gonna live lovely over here. Mama Quad. Off his dime. Okay. Ooh, Raid of April says, okay, I'd throw the biggest tantrum if he was my All right. Let's move on. All right. So that is Heavenly's way of saying this is her reasoning for inviting Apollo and his wife. Okay. Bobby says, Kempire, you're making my day with this Quad sketch. I'm literally having this moment in my head. I said, I don't understand why Heavenly thinks that we need to have some sort of divorce co-parenting situation. Then I realize we, the audience, and maybe them as the cast, are the children. And they want to be able to have Quad and Dr. Gregory get along for the sake of the children. We are the children. But I already told you who I'm going home with. My Taurus mama. April says, are we the children? Yes. Butterfly Gal says, it's about the food for count. Always. What? Okay, if it's not about the food, Butterfly, what exactly is Dr. Gregory offering you? A roof over your head? There's a roof over at Quad's house. And a pool. And I don't know the logistics of Dr. Gregory's home. Beautiful home. It's a nice home, too. I don't know how many rooms are there. Quad looks like she got plenty of room there. But that's me. All right. Moving on. So Heavenly asked Phaedra if she'd be okay inviting Apollo. Phaedra's facial reactions are quite more telling, because as soon as she says, she's like, But she's like, oh, yeah, we get along. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know if I believe that this scene was filmed in the right timing. I feel like the scene was filmed after the Key West trip. I don't know why I feel like that. Because the rumor on the street was that Phaedra was blindsided by it. But maybe she wasn't. That was just a rumor. Simply Steph says she didn't say that she invited the wife too, just messy. That's why Phaedra brought the new man. Did she not? I wonder. I don't remember now. See why I end up watching some of these scenes over and over again? I was like, did she not mention that the wife is coming too? Maybe that's what blindsided her. All right. Moving on. Sweet Tea and Greg pack, whatever, who cares? At one particular point, Dr. Greg is like, I don't think I'm gonna go. Mind you, he's packing, putting his stuff away. And he's like, you gotta come with me. This is a couple's trip. I'm like, all right. As if he wasn't going to go. He likes the camera just as much as anyone else on the show. So we also get to see a scene with Quad and King packing. And this is where I feel like Quad, she's warning King about the dynamics with her ex, but it also feels like she's foreshadowing something, like she's expecting something. And she did this before when they were getting ready, and I was like, there's something about that I don't like. And honestly, if I was dating someone that constantly made comments like that, I personally would be sort of like, are you not over him? It's gonna be another lockjaw and Ken situation. Because I'm just like, are you not over him? Why do you keep bringing up? Why do you think there's going to be some sort of fight? But then again, if it was me, I probably would not be on reality television with the person I'm dating and their ex-husband and their new wife. I personally probably wouldn't do it. I'm not judging. We're talking about it, but it wouldn't be me. Someone said, do Sweet Tea again. Nope. Anyways. So, King asked Quad, is it going to bother you in regards to Dr. Gregory being there? And she was like, no, it don't bother me. So he's like, so why is it going to bother me? So you see, like, I feel like she's putting a little something on there. But we'll watch, because we see what it leads to. It leads to a physical altercation between King and, well, I don't even think they made contact, because the way that Dr. Gregory ran out of there, Mom, you going to leave me with Dr. Gregory? You going to leave me with that man? He's running from King. Don't you want me to be with a protector? Okay. Fine. Anyways, moving along. So the couples arrive in Key West. We get to see them on the airplane. Dr. Eugene is talking about needing a break. We see Phaedra behind him, sort of like looking, ooh, yes. Okay. Toya tells Dr. Simone, because when Dr. Simone sees King, she gives him a hug and a kiss. And she was like, you got to be equal. You got to give Dr. Gregory a hug and a kiss like that. King looks at her like, why you got to be equal? He's like, we're not equal. Uh-oh, and so it begins. We're not equal. I was like, wait, I had to rewind it. I was like, wait, what was that comment? Toya being messy. Messy, messy, messy. All right. So then we have that scene where Dr. Contessa arrives and she hugs Heavenly and then pulls her down to the ground. I don't know if you guys noticed it. I believe that's Dr. Scott that's right there. It's like he knew that Dr. Contessa was going to do that because he moved back before they even went to the ground. And I was like, wait, did they plan this? I guess y'all are really not that mad at Dr. Heavenly for the things that she said about you and your marriage. Hey, Angel, thank you for being a member. Angel says, you going to get me fired, Kemp. I'm laughing too. Are you in the office? Is everyone back in the office? Is everyone back in the office? All those federal people have to go back to the office. Why do people have to go back to the office? People are functioning just fine. The government has functioned just fine with people working from home. There were times when I was working from home that I missed being in the office. Like, you know, you have your little water cooler talk. You have your colleagues that you talk to, and then you would go to some of your other colleagues in another department's office. Like, I don't miss it that bad. I don't miss it that much. But, you know, it was nice. And some of those people I still talk to this day. But I think we should have a choice. People are, look, I think I was more, I think that I was more, no, I was efficient at the office, but you get to be more efficient at home while working too. You get it? Because I'm able to do a load of laundry and then, you know, in the middle of me working. You get what I'm saying? Unique says, I'm rich. I don't work, Cam. That must be nice. Goals. Okay. Danny says, I never missed the office. I mean, I had an inkling of missing the office. As soon as they started telling us that we had to go back to the offices, I'm putting in my resignation. YouTube is doing well.
The rumors and nastiness about her.
But you know what I mean? Like, as soon as we started going back into the office, like 2 days a week, I was like, this is for the birds. I don't need to do this anymore. I'm sure a lot of people. But anyways. Angel, you're in the hybrid life, so you're doing like a little bit in the office and then a little working from home. Is that show Severance good on Apple? I'm assuming that it is. So many people like it. They did something in Grand Central Station to promote it. It was like really cool. You had the actors literally in like a cube to promote Severance. Exactly, I agree. Where are we going? We always get on a tangent when we talk about something not related to the show. Is that because the show's not that great? Okay. Bernita says, you're more productive at home with no interruptions. Yeah, especially if you live alone. Just saying. Sensi says, my ADHD won't let me work from home. I mean, look, it doesn't work for everyone, but it worked for me. It worked for me. I didn't miss it at all. I mean, I did. I ended up being able to get... That's the thing, too. You have to get up like 2 hours earlier in order to get ready and then commute to work. Like, you could just wake up and roll out of bed when it's time for work. I'm like, yeah, I can get up at 7 now. See, Alex and her cute photo. Alex says full-time remote, and I thank God every day. A lot of people are making that possible, but it makes me wonder with federal government workers being told to come back in Monday through Friday, if that's going to trickle down to the private sector. You guys let me know. Look, the things to talk about. Okay. DB says, I don't miss the office. I love working from home. And look, the companies have not fallen apart. These companies, if anything, they probably get more out of you than anything. I have to remember, I have to say, when I was working from home, I mean, I still work from home, but I work for myself. But when I was working for someone else, a lot of times I'm like, I don't really need to take lunch. I'm literally snacking throughout the day. So I feel like sometimes you end up getting more work out of people. Mr. Melamash said, Kemp, you didn't have a boyfriend living with you during lockdown? Nope. Probably another reason why I never got the vid. COVID. That could be other things. All right. Oh, I love Shrinking. I watched Shrinking on Apple Plus. Can we focus? We're talking about Married to Medicine, but I think it's all related in some shape or form, okay? All right, let me focus. I did watch Shrinking. It's good. Anyways, so they arrive in Key West. Contessa wrestles Heavenly to the floor, then kisses her on that forehead. again, it reminds me that the issues between Heavenly and Contessa are not that big, especially on Dr. Contessa's side. Because my thing is, here's the thing. If what you said about my marriage was that deep and serious for me and so hurtful to me that I can never be your friend again, I'm not going to be joking with you like that. I could say hello to you. I can be civil. I can even make a little bit of a conversation with you. But I'm not going to be wrestling you to the ground and joking with you. No, that's what friends do. Okay. Wait, RB Bless says, Dr. G said, oh no, Jamaican man rising. I gotta go. Security. Oh, Angelique says it's already showing up in tech. They're pushing hybrid hard. Okay. Dina says shrinking is great, unlike Dr. G. For those that don't know, it's a Shrinking is a Apple Plus TV show about therapists, and it's really interesting. It's funny. It's serious. It's a good show. Harrison Ford is in it. He has such a dynamic voice, Harrison Ford. I didn't realize that until seeing him in this space. It's like, oh yeah, he really has such a distinct voice. All right. Oh, look. I mean, look. Kim says Heavenly told the truth. Okay. About their friendship and about what she learned and about their relationship, Scott and Dr. Scott and Dr. Contessa's relationship. SC Max says that Contessa's full of it. Oh, Demi says, gorgeous soda. Demi says, I feel like that was a warning from Dr. Contessa. Damn. All right. So they go to their rooms. They're getting ready in their rooms. Dr. Simone has organized the groups to be in different teams, and they're all going to have T-shirts. Okay. So they meet up for lunch, and Dr. Simone created these special T-shirts that says these kind of B words. All right. So Dr. Simone decides to confront Phaedra about the statement that she made about them. So Phaedra tries to explain what she meant by that. And she was like, in regards to the charity, if we don't make the $100,000, I'm going to do my part. Here's the thing, and I'm going to defend Phaedra for a hot second. I know. But this is what you get here, twerking on a fence. I get what she's saying. I think we all kind of say this. We might not use that verbiage, but if someone's questioning who you are or what you can do for something, I think I probably would say something similar. I probably wouldn't call them the B word, but I probably I don't know about y'all, but I handle my business. And people might get offended by that. What are you trying to say? That we don't handle our business? But I kind of get where she said it so nonchalantly. I don't think she really meant to be offensive. Maybe she did, maybe she didn't. Or shady. But I feel as if they decided that they were going to target Phaedra after that. I felt like this season they came in wanting to target Phaedra. I really do feel that way. I feel like they needed some sort of target. They had Quad as the target. Nash says Kempire is defending Phaedra. The end is near. Ooh, Foxy says Phaedra did not lie about that, though. But no, the more that I've been watching, at least these last couple of episodes, I'm like, because they've been accused. The Married to Medicine women have been accused of being mean girls. They've been accused of pushing people off the show, i.e. Mariah, i.e. Quad last season. They were trying to get her off the show. Okay? And Heavenly said that there was a meeting to get Quad off the show. And so I'm watching their behavior towards Phaedra, and I'm not saying that Phaedra's innocent. Please understand that. But I do feel as if they're intimidated by Phaedra because Phaedra does come in being a reality TV star. She has big relationships. She was on a very big show. And she's probably getting paid the most on this cast. And they're like, and you're not working? Because K-Shav says they wanted Phaedra to work. I feel like they all saw after last season that Phaedra came in, did not offer much of anything, and she's getting probably the most money. And they said, we're going to get her. So Phaedra was just sort of like, this is what I thought. Quad jumps in. because Quad is a part of the Mean Girl crew too. And she wanted to defend the group. She's like, these are a bunch of glorious B words that just went to the White House B words. And I was like, Quad, they were attacking you. They were jumping on you last season. But a lot of people call Quad out for her hypocrisy because they're like, Quad, they're doing to you what they did to Mariah. But Quad is just happy to be back into the fold. Kind of crazy, ain't it? And I know a lot of you probably have stories about Mean Girls in the office. Speaking about working in the office. So I'm paying attention to that scene and I'm thinking to myself, oh, they got their eyes on targeting Phaedra this season. Just saying. Okay, SD Mac, thank you so much for another super chat. I need to give you some shimmies, SD Mac. You gave me so many super chats today. SD Mac says, Phaedra was not blindsided. Bonnie has to get Clyde his check. That keeps him quiet based on that book. The PDF with Angela Staten. I don't think it's available on YouTube. I'm not YouTube. It's probably available on YouTube, but it's probably not available at Amazon anymore. Fab, thank you so much for the super chat. Fab says, I agree, Kempire, going to quads for real instead of Dr. G's session with me, laughing out loud. Just saying. Jocelyn, thank you so much for the super chat. Jocelyn says, don't forget to talk about Phaedra's date. We did. Did you miss it? Jocelyn, we talked about that pre-produced date with Shake. We didn't see Shake arrive on the trip yet. He does come later in the trip, which again confirms to me that this is not a real relationship. Anything that's real for Phaedra, she's not going to put it on reality television yet. That's why I'm sort of on the fence with Quad and King. I was like, well, she didn't bring him on television immediately. So I was like, maybe it is real. Maybe. But the fact that Phaedra decided to bring Shake on this trip and is filming with Shake, I was like, this is not a real relationship. SD Mac, thank you so much for another super chat. SG Mac says, if you notice in the packing scenes, Contessa and Heavenly have the same bedroom furniture. Damn, y'all really paying attention. Birds of a feather. Phaedra is known not to pay. Kenya, Todd, they want her to earn her money. Well, points are being made. Guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's easy and it's free. We have almost 1,200 of you watching on YouTube and Facebook. We have quite a few of you, hundreds of you watching on YouTube. Oh, not YouTube. On Twitch and Twitter. And those of you watching, shout out to those of you watching here on TikTok as well, while we still have TikTok. Demi says, is she pregnant by King? No, but Quad did talk about possibly getting pregnant with King on Watch What Happens Live yesterday. Angela says, Quad rented that man. Do you guys believe that? Okay. Glam Girl says, Quad knows that she has to work with these ladies. Yes. Phaedra threw Quad under the bus last season, so if I'm her, I don't give an F about Phaedra. It seems as if she sort of moved on from that, though, at this season. It seems as if she's back there this season. Now, after the season. Especially if you lead the charge to get me fired. Yeah. Let me say thank you, V. Thank you for the super chat. V says, I think they put everything on Phaedra in regards to Quad from last year. Quad is going too hard at Phaedra while defending the docs. And this is why I'm sort of like, Quad is jumping to whatever side. She's not twerking on a fence, okay? She's going to whatever side that's going to lead her in the direction of securing her job. It's very apparent to me. But we gave her that advice last season, remember? Thank you so much for the super chat, V. We appreciate your support. And thank you for being a member as well. Okay. NYC DNP, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, hey, y'all, you're beautiful. Happy Aqua season. Yes, shout out to all of the Aquariuses. All right, moving on. All right, before I move on, let me drop the call link for our members first. The live chat will drop the call link for you guys as well. Let's get to 400 likes, and I'll drop the call link for you guys. But let me see. Members, I'm going to drop the call link for you guys on YouTube, on the YouTube community tab. Okay. Let me do this. All right. Members, we dropped the calling for you guys there. All right. Okay. Let me go here. Okay. Oh, Blue Jay on Twitter says, exactly. I don't miss that. Miss The Office like that. A mess. Wait, hold on. Natasha says, no, King and Quad are together for real. I mean, look, I definitely see why people might think otherwise, but I hope that it's real. Okay? Tress says that Quad is a Taurus. We know. We know. I don't see it, but we know. Shonda, Shantae, thank you so much for the super chat. Shantae says, T is Quad's biggest fan. Quad has sweet and savory seasonings. Now, she does? Now, T has sweet and savory speed dating. Oh, no, I do have Quad's sweet and savory seasoning. I haven't used it, though. I got it from BravoCon, and I haven't used it. I heard it's good. I don't really cook a lot. And I also don't just use any old seasoning, but I said, let me support Black business. So I got it, but I heard it was good. So Sweet Tea has sweet and savory speed dating and a YouTube channel. I actually think Quad should start her YouTube channel. I know she probably has one, but she should be active on it. I think she would be good. She should do like a Quad show. I think she would be good at it in comparison to other people that try to be good at it. You're welcome, Quad. Because I know Quad is probably waiting for someone to give it to her, very much like Nene. And I think you should just create it for yourself. You can do it. Okay, moving on. Okay, so the group seems to want some sort of explanation from Phaedra for calling them the B word. And Phaedra doubles down. Quad tries to defend the doctors. Fine. So they're getting ready for this competition. So they're breaking up in different groups and they're getting ready for this competition. Curtis, yes, Curtis is there. Y'all didn't notice that Curtis was there? He's been in a lot in this season. I'm telling you, they pay attention to what we've been saying on social media about Curtis being in DR and not here. Curtis says he's not getting in the water. So Curtis, when you go to DR, you don't get into the water? Oh, okay. So he's not getting into water. Dr. Damon says since he saw Jaws, he's not getting into the water. Contessa and Heavenly, as you know, they're on the same team. So they're getting into the kayak. Heavenly says to Dr. Jackie, if you got a big booty in the back, you're not going to win. They pan the camera on Dr. Jackie's partner, Phaedra. And I was like, this is why I know that Dr. Heavenly can be so problematic on the show. But there's so many funny moments that she adds as well that a lot of these folks don't. Just saying. Okay, let me stop saying just saying. They're going to start complaining about that too. All right. Anyways, so I'm thinking we're going to see them compete. No, they flash back to what we can expect for this trip. We see Dr. Gregory respond to Quad and during, I guess, one of their little relationship games that they play. And he says, no one cares what you think to Quad. All right. Oh, Purposely Delicious. Cecil did say this in his confessional that the doctors can't. One thing that they can't do that Phaedra can do, and that's Reiki. I can do Reiki. But also, Phaedra swore that she was a Reiki master, and she only completed 2 tiers of the training. You're not a Reiki master, you're a Reiki practitioner. But maybe she's completed it by now. Maybe now she's a Reiki master. Nash says Curtis goes to the DR for the hotels, not the beaches. Cheers is right. Not high booty Curtis. Come on. That means he should be able to float. All right. What else happened? Oh, so they flash back to what we can expect for the trip. And Heavenly and Sweet Tea apparently get back into it again. I don't understand why Heavenly and Sweet Tea really just do not see. I mean, I understand. I remember what happened last season. But I just don't understand how they've just never been able to get past that. Phaedra apparently gets into it with Apollo during the trip, too. And she says to Apollo, why are you worried about who I'm dating? And then we see Phaedra letting the women know that she's leaving the trip. So not sure exactly what happens or what leads to Phaedra abruptly leaving the trip. We heard about this being a rumor. A lot of people speculated the reason why she abruptly left the trip was because of being blindsided with Apollo and his wife being there. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But now that I've seen what I've seen this episode, I'm thinking, did she decide to leave the trip because she felt like everyone was being a mean girl to her, forcing her to work, forcing her, like everyone has sort of turned on Phaedra now? Is that why? I guess we'll have to wait and see next week. If you guys had to rate this week's episode of Married to Medicine from 1 to 10, how would you rate it? Okay. All right. If I had to rate this week's episode, it was solid. I would probably give it a 7.5. I didn't think it was bad. It's getting better. You know, it's a slow start. I think next season, we didn't even talk about Dr. Mimi. It's okay, Dr. Mimi. I'm not saying that you're boring. It's the way that they're editing your situation. But Dr. Mimi's there too, with her husband. Bring back Audra. Oh my gosh. Bring her back. Damn. All right. Live chat, we're almost at 400 likes. I'll drop the call link for you guys in just a second. However, we have quite a few members backstage that want to share their thoughts. If you are just joining us, we're talking about the latest episode of Married to Medicine. If you remember, you can get the call-in link on the community tab here on YouTube. Shout out to those of you watching behind the scenes here on TikTok, those of you watching on Twitch, Twitter, and on Facebook, and of course, our community on YouTube. We're celebrating over 521,000 subscribers here on the channel. Sidebar, before we get to the callers, a lot of you have been tagging me in audio. You know, we've been recapping Young, Famous, and African. And yesterday I posted a video. Mods, if we can post this video again. Damn. Angel says, who's Dr. Mimi? She's a new cast member of Married to Medicine. Okay. Anyways, we did post a video yesterday talking about Young, Famous, and African stars Annie and her estranged husband at this particular point, to Two-Face, to Baba Innocence. Apparently, he took to social media and confirmed that they're getting a divorce. There's audio going around where people claim that this was Annie reacting to the news. However, based off of some research, people have told me that that audio is 3 years old. Annie has not spoken out about the divorce just yet. So I just wanted to kind of give you a heads up. Some of you have been tagging me on TikTok about that story and the audio. And I was like, oh, wow. I said, maybe I'll talk about this later. But then after doing some research, I saw some people comment. Shout out to those of you in Nigeria and in Africa. Please confirm for me as well that this audio that's going around is 3 years old. So Logan says, did you hear her breakdown? Yes, Logan. Apparently that's from 3 years ago. So this situation has been bad for a long time. And that might be part of the reason why Annie seems so broken in season 3. Thank you, Lavender. That's what I thought. Lavender, those nails. Are those your nails, Lavender? Those are cute. Lavender says the audio is old. Yeah. But you know, I try to do it. Like as much as I can fact check, I rely on shout out to our African sources. You guys keep me up to date. I saw that and I was like, okay, people are telling me it's 3 years old. Okay. Nash says, allegedly Annie is in rehab. If that's true, he could have kept his mouth shut. I mean, a lot of people had opinions about Annie on Young, Famous, and African and her histrionics this season, and some people alluded to that. I'm not a good tester when it comes to that kind of thing. I've also watched Young, Famous, and African since season 1, and I felt like that's how Annie was from season 1, but maybe there was a problem since then. But anyways, we'll talk about that in a separate thing because we have to talk about episodes 4 through 8. I feel like I need to rewatch some of those episodes. I watched some of those episodes when I was in DC for my sold out live show featuring Stacey Rush. She came through and came on stage and answered some questions. Shout out to DC. We had a good time. All right. And again, thank you to Union Stage. Thank you to Stacey Rush. Thank you to Taria Faison from What Else Is Going On podcast. Thank you to Danielle in the live chat. She was working that event for us. We appreciate her. And shout out to everyone that worked at Union Stage. And shout out to everyone that came out. Some of you flew in from Chicago. Some of you came from Baltimore. We had a good time. All right. And don't forget, guys, today's live recap of Married to Medicine is sponsored by our friends over at Rose Forever. Valentine's Day is right around the corner, so get yourself a little something right now. There's a discount code available in the description, Kempire20 for $20 off. All right? Orders today. You don't have much time. Okay. All right. Let me get to the callers, but let me put up my disclaimer just in case y'all say something reckless. And callers, please respect the timer. Live chat, we're almost at 400 likes. Once we get to 400 likes, I will drop the call-in link for the general audience. But if you remember, I've dropped the call-in link on the community tab. All Things Reality Tea is backstage. We're going to bring them up first. All Things Reality Tea, what's going on? You're muted. All Things Reality Tea, are you there? You're muted. I'll come back to you because you're muted. Okay. Demi in the city, we're going to bring you up next. Demi, what did you want to share?
Hey, hi, Kempire.
Hey, how are you?
I'm wonderful. Libras are always going to be wonderful.
Oh.
No, real quick though. I absolutely love every scene with Toya, Eugene, and the kids. That has to always stick. I love seeing them. I can't wait to see them grow up and have, their adult lives of their own. They're really good kids.
Yeah.
I need to know, why is Scott not talking? It's starting to actually really bother me. I want to know what happened, because I actually really like Scott. He seems like a regular husband, like an average guy. I remember last season he was excited for a contestant to be gone so he could just eat corn, like a regular guy. So I'm sad that he's not talking. I hope he talks during the trip. He didn't say not one word.
You're right.
Not one word. Huh?
You're right.
Yeah, he's not talking. What else? Oh God, the silly throwaway scene with Sweet Tea throwing out Quad's lamps. Girl, are you serious? I was just like, that was so unnecessary. That must have been a production thing. What was it?
I forgot about that.
That was so not needed. Like, that must have been the producers saying, hey, let's try to allude to some kind of an issue. Again, I stand by, what was it?
The lamps.
I stand by what I said last week about Phaedra and that guy. All right. About her knowing him. All right. Toodaloo.
Thank you so much, Demi.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. Let's try All Things Reality Tea again. All Things Reality Tea, are you there? I guess not. Okay. All right. Maybe she's busy at work. Won't get her in trouble. O'Shea's backstage. O'Shea, was that audio old?
It is old.
Oh, thank you.
It's several years. It's several years old. They do say she is allegedly in the rehab, but I don't know though. That's just what the streets are saying. Okay, but a lot of people don't like her too, so it could also just be that.
Really? A lot of people don't like Annie?
Yeah. I'll call back tomorrow to talk about.
Yeah, when we talk about that.
But my only comment about this is I had secondhand embarrassment watching Quad call them glorious.
Right?
You know what?
Yes.
I was like, these people have tried to run you off the show 3 times, literally in 3 separate seasons, and now you are defending them like this. And whatever people will say about Phaedra and her rehearsed reads, the thing she's going to tell Quad and Heavenly at this reunion, they're not going to recover from. It's going to be a Kenya season. Was it 5, 4, 5, 6? I think 5 and 6. I think it's be that type of situation.
Wow.
But yeah. But thanks, Kempire.
Thank you, O'Shea. I think we talked about this before, whether or not Phaedra was going to show up for the reunion. So today I had the same thought, and I said, no, she's going to show up for the reunion. That's easy money for her.
She's coming to fight and close the chapter before she jumps onto Housewives. She's
cash her check. All right. All right. Okay, thanks, O'Shea. Take care. Wow. Yeah, I had that thought earlier today. I was like, oh no, Phaedra's going to show up to this reunion. She's definitely going to show up. Let me drop the call link for the live chat as well. All right, let me try All Things Reality TV one more time. See if she's there. All Things Reality T, are you there? Okay, we'll come back later. All right, we're going to bring up Kimberly next. Kimberly, what's going on?
Hey, good afternoon.
Hey.
Your favorite tour is from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Yes.
Sadly, I think the only tourist in Milwaukee. But anyways, moving on. Okay, so and I'm definitely in my villain era. It's good for sure. Because I mean, I thought this what I do think is a good episode. Now, this is not part of the villain thing, but I guess, yeah, and I guess as a someone, I am a Black person, but also an American and descendant of the enslaved populations. To be specific, someone who's Native of that background, it's really cool for me to see Black people and thinking back to the people. Wendy, of course, is it's not AODS, talking about how Karen, who is, how powerful being in that building is and being around that. So that was cool for me. I saw Dr. Heavenly's face and I'm like, oh, that's a real moment. She was worried that she wasn't going to get, the invite. And I would have I understood that. So anyways, I thought that was kind of cool. But then again, I'm, soppy like that. but I did think the episode was good. And I'm here for Quad. I hate that. I just think she's funny. I'm enjoying her time on the show, so maybe it's somewhat fake. I don't know, but I know I'm enjoying it. And the last little thing I want to say quick, and I know it's all over the pace. This is how I share anyways, but oh crap. Okay, real quick. The villain thing was, I love seeing, in my mind, when they're for next week episode, when that fight broke out, when Mimi's husband ran across, was running to make sure they broke up and not get in that fight.
Oh, I didn't even pay attention to him.
I was just like, that's in the to-come part, but I was like, ooh, look at him go. All right, for the youngness in the room, making sure keeping folks safe. And maybe that just says how I'm feeling these days, but I was just like, ooh, okay, I'm ready for that. Just keeping the safety part. We ain't going to fight, but oh yeah, we going to be quick about it. Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry, y'all.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thank you, Kimberly. Bye. All right. Hold on. Let me see something. Oh, reality T. Let me try you one more time. Let me see. All things reality T. She said her phone was acting up. Wait. It says, please call me back. Hit stars. What? Reality T, drop out and then call back in. Maybe that will figure it out. Okay. Let's bring Elle My Belle up. Elle My Belle, what's going on?
Hey, Kempire. Hey, chat and the mods. I'm actually calling just to say I had a great time at Kempire After Dark. Yes. And when I last called in, you told me to get some tickets. So that's why I did. And it was well worth it. And I'm so glad we had this special guest. That was so much fun. Last year I went. I didn't think you could do any better, but you did. It went from a 10 to an 11. I'm just like, thank you. And that's what I called for, just to say, if he comes to your town, it's worth it.
Thank you so much, Elle. I appreciate that.
Okay, have a good evening.
You too. Bye. See, that's nice. I didn't even pay her for that. All right, Jesseline is backstage. We're going to bring Jesseline up next. Jesseline, what did you want to share?
Hey, Kemp. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing well. Just finishing up my work day. I put
At home?
At home, yes. I put this in the chat, but I also thought it'd be just good to call in about it. Dr. Jackie really needs to heal from her own fertility issues. Like what I see as someone who works in behavioral health, she just tends to project her fertility issues in different ways on the show. And I know that was a struggle for her and a lot to deal with. And so I think that her getting some healing in that space will allow her to engage with the others in a different way. And then obviously it'll come through more genuine than what she's doing right now. I do, respect her career and her accomplishments, but those things don't overshadow just the general human experience.
Yeah.
And I think that that's kind of what I'm seeing. And then lastly, she is lame. I mean, I just don't think that she has much of a storyline. I mean, she uses Heavenly for her shade. Her career, yeah, that's cool, but otherwise you're boring. You don't drink, you don't dance, you're falling down. I just
you're falling down. Come on.
She's falling down. She doesn't want to put on any events. Like, what do? You don't want to plan any trips because your husband's been going all over with the side piece. Like, I just also need her to step it up and maybe delve into maybe her being a bonus mom, but she just needs to change her storyline. It's getting old for me.
Okay. Thanks, Jesseline.
You're welcome. Bye.
I didn't expect it to take that turn. All right, Kari's back. So I'm going to bring Kari up next. Hold on, Kari. Boom. There we go. Kari, what's going on?
I live for the Jackie shade. I really do, because she is boring and dry and she does need to go on somewhere. She also needs to go take a class on how to be nicer to her patients. But moving on from that, when y'all make me side with Phaedra, I gotta give out citations to everybody.
Please.
Everybody needs a citation. Everybody needs a nap. Everybody, because I am so upset because I am on Phaedra's side. And I'm going to explain to them what she meant by those B words. She meant those messy B words, those miserable B words, those elitist B words, those desperate B words. She meant those type of B words because that's what y'all are. And that's Heavenly is online being messy right now about the amount of money that she paid. So she clocked y'all correctly. And see, y'all are extremely elitist because Heavenly can say B word this, B word that, and she can talk about people mamas. But the moment that somebody that's not a doctor disrespect y'all, then all of a sudden, oh, we're at the White House. We're this, we're big and we're bad. Y'all are dry. That's what your dry faces, dry lips, just dry storylines. Y'all need some Vaseline and some chapstick. I am tired. Oh, look, go ahead and put some at the camera so they can go ahead and take a swipe. And also, the last thing I wanted to say, if a black woman called a white child a "see you next Tuesday," because that is what Chrissy Teigen said about the child star of Annie, if a black woman had called a white child that, she would be nowhere near the White House, let alone have a career. So the fact that they're inviting that woman anywhere just because she's married to that light-skinned singing man is irritating to me. And also because of her privilege. Because she said, does anyone else think that, I can't pronounce her name, so I'm not gonna say it, is a "see you next Tuesday"? And she said it on Twitter and act like people were gonna applaud her. Girl, you belong in a White House when the current president is in there, because it's already filthy when he's up there. So that's where you belong. Bye, y'all.
Corey, thank you. Because I thought I was the only one. I couldn't remember all the details of what Chrissy had done, but I'm just wanted to bring it up. Okay. Let me get to the other callers. I did want to mention, though, that Quad had responded to the whole Phaedra posting the check that she paid. So Phaedra wanted to clarify, not Phaedra, Quad wanted to clarify what Dr. Heavenly said on her YouTube channel about the check not being good. So Quad says that Phaedra, when they had given the check of $100,000, Phaedra had not paid yet. She basically gave the check and was like, yeah, don't cash this until a month from now. That's what she says. And according to Andy Cohen, Phaedra also sent him a copy of the check. I know Andy Cohen, he's like, I don't really care. Why are you sending this to me? Unless in preparation for the reunion that they're going to be filming. Maybe. All right, let me get to the rest of these calls because I got to get out of here by 6 p.m. All right, Love is backstage. Love, what did you want to share?
Yes, I feel the same way about Dr. Jackie. She used Dr. Heavenly as a shade. No, she did not need to be in the White House. None of them need to be. Simone need to worry about dressing like Little House on the Prairie and get a stylist. Predator Forehead Quad, which I said in the chat, somebody blocked me, is not trustworthy. Look how she did Mariah. Why would I trust anything about you? Dr. Heavenly is the same. I don't trust anything about her. She calls people moms. She called peoples the bees. Talk about people moms, and that's all well and good, but nobody said anything about her. And yes, we are captains for Phaedra because when she said it, she said it. And by the way, Phaedra do not need to be on that cast anyway because I'm not saying she above them or whatsoever, but that's just not her cup of tea. And Jackie, when she charging people these overtight prices, that she's also good for the black woman. But the prices that you charge a black woman to go to you just to see you is ridiculous and sad. You're trying to make up for your reputation, but we not falling for it because never should have said it. Because if you didn't mean it, you would have never said it. You're supposed to be so intelligent and so together, but you're talking about the black women, and especially the ones in Alabama, the ones that had the high black mortality rate with babies. So I don't buy that. So either way, we'll see what happens on the next show because they all full of crap. That's all I got.
Thanks, Love. Wow, you would never expect that coming from a person named Love, but okay. But that was a read. All right, let me try All Things Reality one more time. Hold on 1 second, because she is a member of the channel. All Things Reality, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Do you have headphones on?
I do. Should I take it off?
Yeah, take them off if you can.
Okay. Is that better a little bit?
Yeah, that's better. Go ahead.
You sure?
Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So, you have some spicy callers today. But yeah, one of them made me want to switch up what I needed to say because, baby, I know good and well you not going taking up for Phaedra, phony Faye. How you take up for a liar, a known liar? Baby started lying when she first hit the screen about her pregnancy. Remember?
Yep.
Come on. And Phaedra, she know good and well. The people had to hound her for probably about a month to get that money. Baby, your checks don't clear as much as you say they do. But she got the people fooled because they want her so back on Roa. But y'all got y'all person on Roa now. Y'all got her. She's going to hang with her little thought bots. She do fit better with them because they be thoughting and bopping and the doctors don't. And they're married. Majority of them are married. So she don't fit in with them. I get it. She fits in with girls she can thought and bop with. Okay, but anyways, off of that, I would like to say that Curtis, thank you for gracing us with your presence. And one more thing, I cannot wait to see the Nuck If You Buck. Nuck If You Buck. Okay, I'm gone.
Bye. A mess. I saved a couple of comments that I wanted to mention. Miss Esquire, thank you for being a member. Miss Esquire says, take Medicaid and care for the most marginalized Black women if you want to impress me, Dr. Jackie. I mean, look, but how's she going to pay for that big, beautiful house and big, beautiful backyard? Oh, y'all reading Dr. Jackie down today, but y'all know this is a safe space. Nash also said, how do y'all remember what Jackie did but seem to forget what Phaedra did to Candy? We did forget. Thanks, Nash. NYC DNP, thank you for another super chat. Says, y'all beautiful. I help so much. Being kind and real. Thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate your support. Guys, you can also support the channel just by liking today's video. We're talking about the latest episode of Married to Medicine with a mix of working from home, talking about Chrissy Teigen, even talking about Young, Famous, and African. It's okay. It's all related somehow, some shape or form. Is it? No. Okay, we have a long line backstage, and I have like 20 minutes. All right, so if you respect the timer, we can get to it. All right, Jess is backstage. We're going to bring Jess up next. Jess, what did you want to share about Married to Medicine?
I was just running to my car. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
All right, so I just wanted to say that, like, when Phaedra first came on the show, they did roll out the red carpet for her, and they put her in that position because they did a whole separate trailer for her. Ooh, I'm catching my breath. Oh my gosh. And honestly, they're the ones who created that monster. So at the end of the day, it's like they just have to deal with it. I do feel like that scene with her and Simone, Dr. Simone, it reminded me of that scene with Audra. And it's like where it's like fell flat and everything. It's like, I don't know if Dr. Simone planned that, but it was just like a scene where I feel like Quad was trying to save her or whatever and get her reason. But I just kind of feel like she should just let her sink and deal with that, be the Titanic or whatever. But, yeah, with that. One more thing in regards to Annie, I will say that, so Toke Makenwa, she's like a famous Nigerian, she's in the influencer world and everything. I'm sure she does like a lot of other things. And so she is friends with Annie. She currently has Annie's kids with her. And so Annie is recovering. I will say it's more so from like a heartbreak type of thing. And so like she did release a statement where she was saying that she has her back, where she was saying to Two-Face, if you think that Annie is alone, just know that if you come for her, you're coming for all of us. So basically she was like warning Two-Face, just letting him know that she does have a group of women surrounding her right now and with her kids right now and everything. So I just wanted to say that.
Thank you so much for calling. I did mention that statement in the video that I did yesterday, but I didn't realize that Annie's kids were with her. We're going to keep following that story. Thank you so much, Jess, for calling in. Now go catch your breath.
No problem. Bye.
Sharice is backstage. We're going to bring Sharice up next. What's going on, Sharice? Oh, wait, hold on. Ooh, there we go, Sharice. What's going on?
Hey, Kempire, how are you?
Oh, well, how are you today?
I'm very well. I'm not going to take a lot of your time because I just want to say thank you. I was one of the giveaway winners of the tickets to the DC show.
Yes.
I had a blast. You look good. I love a man in a turtleneck. I was like, get it, Kempire.
Thank you.
I just want to say thank you because that really, really made my day.
I'm glad you were able to come at such last minute.
Yes, I was waiting because I was trying to get them coins together, but it just came right on time, I swear, and I had a ball. Thank you.
I'm glad. I'm glad you had a good time. Thank you so much for calling in, Sharice.
That's it. Have a good one.
You too. Take care. We had like three or four winners that won tickets to the DC Kempire After Dark Alive experience. So shout out to those of you. We have Love, Calm, Peace backstage. Love, Calm, Peace, what did you want to share? Love, Calm, Peace, you're muted.
Oh my God, I'm here. I get my computer back up.
Oh.
But, okay, so I just wanted to say, with Dr. Jackie, like, I just feel like Phaedra doesn't work, so why does everybody expect, like, Jackie to work? Like, she hasn't worked for all of the seasons that she's been on Married to Medicine. I still will not forget, as just like everyone else, like what she said and what she did with Buffy. All of them, like two other callers or whatever, said that they can't be, like certain ones can't be trusted. None of them can be trusted because look what they all did to Mariah. That is Mariah's show, and I feel like they should bring Mariah back. Phaedra, in my opinion, she's never fitted for Married to Medicine. She is not Married to Medicine. I don't know. It's just like, and I don't miss her on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Like her, Marlo, like that just doesn't fit because she does not give any information about herself. Quad, I don't understand what Quad and T's issue is. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Oh, okay, and that's all I have to say. But I do have to say just one other thing. The other, like a couple of lives ago, one of your members were bashing Aquariuses, and I do not appreciate it. I'm an Aquarius, and I'm not conniving. I'm very upfront and things like that. I was just so offended. I was like, not they coming for Aquariuses.
Now, I'm so offended that you had to come up. You had to make sure you mentioned it now.
Yes, because I haven't been able to catch the live, the call-in links. I'm like, I have to say this because I'm highly offended. Like, that is not what Aquariuses are. Okay. But yes, but y'all have a great day.
You too, Love, Calm, Peace. Not so calm or peaceful right now. All right, we have Tika backstage. We're going to bring Tika up next. Tika, what did you want to share about Married to Medicine?
Hey, Kempire, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. It's always good to call in. I don't do it much, but I always get nervous.
It's okay. It's all right.
Okay, so yeah, I do want to say it's definitely like an unpopular opinion, but Phaedra just has the girls' panties in a bunch, and I just hate that for y'all. Because, like, I mean, she doesn't really bother anybody. She comes on, she says her little jokes. I mean, she gives us nothing, but she gives us what we need sometimes. And I just don't see all the hate. And I also don't see if if Kandi forgave Phaedra, then why, as the audience, are we still mad? It just doesn't make sense. She has. They cool, chopping it up.
Ooh.
Yes, Kandi.
And Phaedra?
Yes.
You made that up.
Look, I might have. I'm gonna do my research and I'm gonna get back to you, okay? But no, I do think she has forgiven her. I have seen that in some way or shape or form. Also, I just wanted to say that for whatever reason, the White House to me, the White House visits, I feel like at one point it was like really prestigious to go there, but now it just feels icky. And like it just doesn't feel like that. Well, that is my time, but Jackie doesn't give us anything, and I just would like to see some new women, like older women. Well, not even older women. I want to see Jackie go, and I want to be able to see some of the ladies mixed up just so we can kind of get a fresh start.
Okay. Thank you, Tika, for calling in.
Okay, Kempire.
Bye. Yeah, Kandi never forgave Phaedra. She forgave Portia, and she's recently hung out with Portia. So, but yeah, she never forgave Phaedra. April, what did you want to share?
Hi, Kempire. Good evening. You can hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So we love the Aquarius women, not the men. They are dysfunctional. But moving on. I don't normally take up for Phaedra because she gives me like icky and scammer vibes, but we all use the B word interchangeably, and they knew what she meant by that, especially if you're trying to like clock my tea and say, oh, I didn't pay for this or I didn't pay for that. So I don't blame her for reiterating it. And it's so weird that the group tries to like get amnesia about why Dr. G, aka Ninja Turtle, and Quad don't get along because of the messiness and just the DV and things that have happened. It's like it's going to take years for them to probably become cool. And I did also see online that the girls were saying that Sweet Tea did bite off of Quad's like Sweet and Savory line. And I was like, ooh, it's giving you a fan, you a fan, you a fan. It's not looking good for you, Miss Sweet Tea. But that was all I had to say. Enjoy your evening.
Thanks,
Bye,
April.
goodbye.
Take care. I got to defend the Aquarius man. One of my best friends is an Aquarius man, and I trust him probably more than I trust a lot of people. And I don't trust a lot of people. I don't get that vibe from him at all. But that's just that's one person. Okay, I don't know a lot of Aquarius men. Peyton, I'm going to bring you up. Peyton, what's going on?
Hi, Kempire. Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, perfect. Aqua Woman here. Birthday on Wednesday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. But I just wanted to say really quick, let's not forget Chrissy Teigen's problematic, inappropriate comments about the toddlers and tiaras. Remember when she made those comments?
Yep.
Highly inappropriate. Okay, but also back to Married to Medicine. Sweet Tea or Lipton Tea, she can go. After this season, I don't see any use of her. There's more use for Greg than her, in my opinion. Yeah. And then I wanted to say something. Sorry to change the subject. I wanted to say something about Real Housewives of Potomac because I didn't get a chance to go say something when you were live. But Karen and her comments about Wendy, if her comments about Wendy not being of Potomac, it's not about her accolades. It's clearly just about how she looks. And if that's the case, then your daughter, Raven, who looks like Wendy, is not of Potomac as well.
I just have to correct something. She didn't say that about Wendy. She said that about Mia. She said that Wendy's self-absorbed.
Oh no! Didn't she say that when Wendy first came and said Wendy's not of Potomac?
Well, she loves to say that, but I'm just basing it off this week's episode. I don't remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Peyton. Have a good day.
Bye. You too. Bye.
All right. I try to be fair, but it does sound like something that Karen would say. She does it all the time. She said that about NECA. She said NECA's not in the right part of Potomac. Just saying. All right. Kay's backstage. We're going to bring Kay up next. Kay, what did you want to share about Married to Medicine?
Can you hear me, Kempire?
Yes.
Okay, good. Because I'm driving in the crazy weather of Georgia. But okay, so
what's going on in Georgia?
That I want to do. It's just so rainy. Like you should see it. It's giving Monday. Honestly, it's giving Monday vibes.
Okay.
Just rain and dark. Anyways,
at least it's not snow.
I want to respect the timer.
Go ahead.
But Aquarius here, no Aquarius slander will be tolerated in the comments. So let's start there. But okay, so just a couple things that I want to get off my chest, just because it reminds me every single time I watch this show every Sunday. So okay, first of all, Contessa, love you, girl, but I'm this close to believing that your stylist is an associate at Party City. It's giving, it's not cute, girl. I just need you to stop. Stop with the wig. Stop, just stop. Stop it. And so I want to move on to Heavenly. Heavenly, she is her husband's mouthpiece, and she's Dr. Jackie's mouthpiece. And Dr. Jackie needs to be worried less about Sweet Tea and correcting young women, and she needs to be more worried about her mask slipping and keeping track of her husband. Because I'm sure if that vacation would have been any further south, he would have been like, I'm not going because I don't want to run into my secret family. And I'm sorry, one more thing that I really hate about this show, Kempire, I'm so sorry, but it's just something that triggers me as a Black woman when I see older Black women treating younger Black women like Sweet Tea, like in that way of like condescending and like just I'm always going to put you in your place because you're a child. And I think that they should respect her more as an adult. Trust me, she's annoying. She's very annoying, but she like it's just something that triggers me because it happens way too often in our community, and I believe that they should just show her more respect. She is married to medicine, my love. I mean, hello. So I mean, but she is kind of weird, but still, you know, we gotta respect her.
Okay, have a good night.
You too.
Bye. Here's the thing. Sweet Tea is interesting. She has an interesting personality. To me, it makes sense why her and Dr. Gregory seem to mesh so well. I don't want to say that Sweet Tea's annoying. I mean, she can be annoying. She has her annoying moments, but we all have our annoying moments. But I don't know if she overall is an annoying person. You know what I mean? Like, there's some people on the show we can call annoying. I don't know if I feel like she's an annoying person. I do also agree with Kay that it does feel as if they are like they're not giving her grace at all. And it feels like that way from last season. A lot of them, Dr. Jackie and the way she spoke to her, Heavenly and how she speaks to Sweet Tea. I don't think even if Sweet Tea was forgiving of Dr. Heavenly, that they would treat her any better. The NYC MP, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, y'all help so much being honest and real. And love Annie. Okay. Excuse me. Thank you for another super chat. I'm going to the dumpling shop after this live in honor of lovely Aquas and Beauty. My daddy is an Aqua and he's the best God ever gave, unlike Pisces. Damn. Not Pisces getting it. Damn. All right, guys. If you haven't already, be sure to like the video. We're going to take these last couple of calls and then I'm getting out of here. Miranda, what is going on?
Hey, Kempire.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well.
So I just a couple of things that I just observed in the this week's episode. You know what really tickled me when they were on the plane, and I think Jackie and Curtis were behind King and Quad, and then Jackie was like to Quad, "Oh, you guys gonna sleep in the same bed?" And then Quad was like, "Yeah, you know, we're living in sin," something like that. And then the camera pans to Curtis, and then Curtis just like was just laughing, and it was just a thing. And I just found that so like shady of like the editors and stuff, because the first thing that came to my mind was like, yeah, you know all about living in sin, wouldn't you, Curtis? Like, so that was just like a funny thing for me. Mm-hmm. And also something I've noticed is that in confessionals, a lot of times when Toya like speaks, you can just tell that like Eugene is just so over it, and just like his facial expressions, like and that's when I think you really see the dynamic of how like different they are in terms of personality. And like I think she tends to say certain things like he's not comfortable with and stuff. So just like his facial expressions, like shaking his head, rolling his eyes, like you can really tell like, you know, he might be a little bit uncomfortable, you know, with Toya and stuff in terms of, and also in terms of like how she talks to their sons and is very open about, you know, sex talks and all that type of thing. But yeah, that's all that, you know, I kind of saw. Oh, perfect, on time. All right, have a good day.
Thanks,
Take care.
Miranda.
Bye.
Take care. Okay. So I think Miranda's correct that he does feel uneasy. Dr. Eugene feels uneasy with some of the things that Toya might say. You saw that when they got to Key West and she was screaming above them. And he's like, the people out there don't need to hear this. But I also think very much how uneasy he gets with how Toya speaks. He also loves that about her because he's so different. And that's probably what makes their relationship work. Because he might be uncomfortable a lot of times with it, but at the same time, it brings a balance to their relationship. It's probably also something that he loves about her. I can see that. Okay, let me get to these last couple of callers. We have DJ Dewan backstage. Dewan, what did you want to share?
I love how you continue to put my government out, even though I have an alias.
Well, I got to know you. I know your government.
I'm kidding. I am also an Aquarius, February the 18th. Y'all better recognize, don't play with us. God's favorite people on this planet. You see, we roll deep. Really quick, though, how could they be coming for Phaedra? I'm actually on that side. It's like, I think these doctors have an issue with anybody that's not married to a doctor or not a doctor themselves. And so they like to try to gang up, just like we've seen them do with Mariah. We've seen them do it with Quad, not Buffy, but whomever else kind of were. One of the girls is a lawyer or something. They were giving her a little shade. Audra, yeah. And it's just like, okay, cut the gimmick. And particularly because I don't know of any doctors that don't have $100,000, in their account and can't write the check themselves, Jackie. Come on, you doing surgery on everybody in Atlanta and you worried about if Phaedra can write you a check? You write it. You the one that hosted the event. And so it's like, don't play with Phaedra, whether she getting cash in a parking lot, whether she, cremating people or whatever, Phaedra gets the bag. And so I can't believe they would drag this out like that. And then lastly, really quick, I bet that episode next week, we don't even get to see the fight. You know how Bravo does. They'll tease us in the trailer, and then the episode will go by, and all we'll see is them talking about it at breakfast the next morning. So have a good night.
You too.
See you.
Take care. Vanessa said, did I mention the Aquas or Delulu? Stop. All right, let me bring up Andrea. Andrea, what did you want to share? Andrea, you're muted. Andrea.
Hey.
Oh, hey, what's going on?
Nothing. Hi, Kempire. Once again, I'm gonna request that you come to Seattle, please, because I will be there meet and greet. Okay, so this episode of Married to Medicine, I liked it. It was really cute. My only thing with this whole Phaedra not knowing about Apollo and all of this stuff, when that dude, like you said, sat down and told me everything about my ex-husband. Oh, I know your ex-husband. I know his wife and all of that. I feel like he already knew what Phaedra did. Mm-hmm. There was no way that he didn't know what Phaedra did. Yeah. I don't respect it. I do love the fact that they went to the White House. Dr. Jackie, you're not fooling nobody. In my opinion. I love Dr. Jackie, but you're doing this and you're not really taking full accountability. Because like they said before, you don't even take people that can really come up in there that really need you and don't have the money. You're taking people that can only pay you. So stop acting like you're here to help everybody. And you're not. And off topic, real quick.
Gotta go.
Why all three of the women on Potomac that are married have boyfriends?
All right, Andrea.
That's not weird.
We're gonna have to go because I gotta go. Okay. Thanks, Andrea. All right. Guys, when I say I gotta go, okay? We can't go off topic and talk about a whole other show. I'm gonna bring up Miss Bernice. Miss Bernice, what did you want to share about Married to Medicine?
Hey, Kempire. This really pissed me off with Phaedra. Y'all praised her for coming to save y'all last season. Mm. Now you're trying to denounce her to get her off the show. And I would have called y'all some helpers too, because you questioning my finances. I ain't never questioned none of y'all finances. I don't even get into that with you. But then you're gonna talk about it in front of me, and don't think I'm supposed to come back at you. I'm Phaedra. Did you forget who I am? Really? And then you get offended? No. You some helpers. I don't want to see Apollo either, but y'all needed her. She didn't really need to be on this show. Really. So that's about it. I'm looking forward to the shenanigans next week.
Oh.
Woo, 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 woo. And Cat Daddy is afraid of sharks. Not because you went diving and got scared by a shark, because you saw a movie from the 70s. Come on.
Jaws.
Damon. Really.
All
okay.
Right. Thank you, Ms.
Love
Bernice.
you. Bye-bye.
Have a good one. Go Philly Eagles, right? Philly Eagles.
Yeah. Go Eagles.
Bye. Y'all are a mess. Can y'all get it together, please. All right, Replay crew, I hope you got it together. Please share your thoughts and opinions on the latest episode of Married to Medicine. Shout out to all of you that called in. Shout out to those of you that sent in super chats, likes, dislikes. It doesn't matter. We appreciate the support. Thank you to all of you for being here watching. Replay crew, be sure to let us know your thoughts and opinions. Shout out to our King's Guards for holding us down. Shout out to our channel members. We appreciate you guys as well. Shout out to those you watching on Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, and on Facebook, and of course here on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications so you don't miss out when we go live, when there's breaking news, or whenever, okay? All right, I will see you all in the next one. Bye, y'all. Thank you again for the super chats, and shout out to our sponsor for today, Rose Forever. Valentine's Day is right around the corner. More information on how you can get yourself some roses, and maybe someone that you love, or maybe your kid, some roses this holiday season. More information and your discount code Kempire20 for $20 off will be available in the description. I will see you guys later. Bye. Thanks for tuning in to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio podcast. As always, don't forget to give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. And for everything Kempire Radio, head on over to KempireRadio.com.